So here I would be mainly talking about my work in the past 1 year, so to say. This is in a way an overview of what I'll be working on through my PhD essentially. Today I'll be focusing on two of the main tasks here, which is about collection of annotated data sets and automatic rhythm annotation. I will define exactly what automatic rhythm annotation is shortly. Before we start, let's actually listen to an example which will give us an idea of the complexities of rhythm in Carnatic music. This is a manually annotated piece wherein I have marked out the different accented points of the thala. This is in Mishra Chapu, so the accented beats are 1, 4 and 6, and I've put a click at those places. And the sama, which is the starting point of the cycle, has a click which sounds different from the other beats. Let's first listen to this. So one primary observation which we can make here is that the pulsation, the perceived pulsation can be of unequal durations here, and the thala cycles, as we saw, the ones that were marked with 1, the phrasal, the melodic and rhythmic changes were closely tied to these thala cycles. So with this kind of an observation and eventually with the goal of eventually discovering and then obtaining rhythmic patterns directly from audio and then using them for rhythm based similarity. The primary task in my opinion is to actually start out by estimating the thala structure and to estimate the salient events that are related to the structure of the thala, and that would actually be the first step in defining and delimiting rhythmic patterns. So we would focus on mainly the structure in this presentation. So to formally define thala tracking, I would define it as tracking events in a thala cycle. These events can be musically defined, such as the akshara, the beat and the sama. Sama is the starting point of the cycle, as we can see here, and the akshara is the tiny unit here, which is the smallest time unit which is present, and then avartana is the cycle. So in this talk at least we would mainly look at tracking these events, in specific tracking the akshara, which is the smallest time pulse, and the samas, and then with the aksharas and the samas we can actually in a way define where the thala starts and then track its progression through the audio. Before we started out with any specific approaches for Carnatic and Hindustani music, we wanted to see if MIR state of the art as we have it today can actually be extended to Indian music, Indian art music in general. And we took 3 different tasks, important tasks in our context, and then tested out the state of the art with an annotated data set of Carnatic and Hindustani music. The 3 tasks were mainly downbeat estimation. So these tasks have been put in quotes because they are not exactly the tasks that we are looking at. So I would typically want to estimate the sama. There is nothing called a sama in Western music, but there is a downbeat, and so that's why we have an analogy here to understand what exactly they mean. So primarily we took 3 tasks: downbeat estimation, beat tracking, and cycle length estimation. Cycle length is not a very well defined term, that's why I put it in quotes. Thank you. But the key takeaway from this study is here actually. Main 3 takeaways were the performance is insufficient and poor, which actually motivates us to look for specific approaches for the music cultures which we want to consider. The other important thing was that the engineering definitions for music concepts were missing. So how do I define the sama with an engineering model, which will help me to apply some engineering based approaches to track that. So these were missing, and then last few months that has been one of the focus to define formally what each of them mean from an engineering perspective. And the third one is to generalize the approaches which we will develop. There is a lot of similarity in rhythmic concepts between Turkish and Indian art music, and we will actually use that in our future work. So let's first start with the data set which we've been collecting over the past 1 year. So this is an annotated data set. As we saw, the video that you saw is from one of these examples that I created the video with. This data set has about 176 pieces and is about 16 hours long, and they are kritis, and median length is about 5 minutes. There are about 22,000 instances of Sama in this, and this can be used for most of the rhythm annotation tasks. This is the ground truth data that we'll be using, and it has 4 different talas, which are the most popularly performed in Carnatic music. It's being verified and validated by a professional Carnatic percussionist, Akshay. And the annotated Hindustani collection, I've got some examples from Kaustubh, and that is still a work in progress. One thing which it's interesting and can be observed directly from this annotated data set is this observation of a very closely tied tempo, which is used in Carnatic music, at least in the examples that we considered. So we see that, so this is ISI stands for inter Sama interval, which is the length of the avartana in seconds, and this is the standard deviation. You see it's pretty small for each of the talas, and this is the period of the akshara, the small little pulse. It's about 0.17 seconds, and it's really small. The variation in that also is really small here, so which means that we can make use of these kind of musical characteristics to exactly get the pulse that we want, the akshara pulse that we are looking at, and that is the main that was the main approach that we took. So I'll first talk about some of the very basic tasks in rhythm description for Carnatic music, and then go into the exact tala tracking. The first thing which we want to mainly emphasize is that the mridangam is the main rhythm accompaniment, and it is the one which gives me a very strong perception of the akshara pulse. Though the melody is very important, melody is kind of is on top of the basic akshara pulse. So what we did was to actually do melody suppression is here. So it essentially uses the pitch tracks that you saw, and then estimates the melody from that, and then subtracts it. So this is not for listening. It sounds really bad if you listen to it, but it is good for a machine learning and a signal processing algorithm to get the onsets. So if you see here, this part of the melody is kind of gone. The straight lines here are the tanpura, and the melody is kind of removed, and this helps us to get better onsets, mridangam onsets. So moving on to the next basic tasks in rhythm are the onsets and beats. Since we know that in Hindustani and Carnatic music we have an accompanying percussion instrument, tabla and the mridangam, and both of them are pitched and both of them have percussive onsets. Here you can see the onsets here. These are all the mridangam onsets, and then they are quite distinct in the spectrogram, which means that they can be easily obtained. However, it's not true for the beats though, because so the beats here, the definition of a beat here is the timing at which you would tap your foot to when you are listening to music, and this definition does not directly correspond to a musicological definition of a tala beat, and then there was this confusion, and beat trackers do not work very well at all. So this is one problem which we have to address grounds up. There is nothing which they are available which can be used directly. So the next important task is to track the akshara pulse, for which we need to track the period of the pulse. So there are two main components to estimating the aksharas. One is we estimate the period of the akshara, and then estimate the phase of the akshara, which is where exactly is the start of the time unit. So this is a representation of a tempogram in which there is a very strong periodicity here, and then that is tracked, and using the constraints that we saw in the data set of restricting ourselves to a particular time period, this is a track of the period which we can obtain. This you see, it's actually number of aksharas per minute. This is about 360. This corresponds to about 90 beats per minute. If we take Aditala, which is a cycle of 8 beats, it corresponds to about 90 beats. And this has been incorporated in Dunya, and you can see it. This a mean of this, a median value from this is actually shown in Dunya. whereas this track of a time varying tempo is also shown in Dunya. So both of these are incorporated, and with this, so with the Akshara period, and since we actually know the Tala structure already, since we do a supervised Tala tracking, we know which Tala it is, and we are trying to estimate the events of the Tala. The next important task is now to track the Sama. So to track the Sama, we had a premise that most of the melodic rhythmic changes over long periods of time occur on the Sama, since there is a phrase change, possibly a phrase change at the Sama. So we thought a change point detector based on a novelty function would be a good descriptor for Sama, audio descriptor. It actually is. So this is a descriptor here, and then the 1 is the annotation of the Sama here, and we can see there is the change points detector gives us some of the Sama points, whereas it is not very good descriptor. We also see a lot of false positives. This is because the Sama estimator, I mean the change points also occur at different parts, not just on the Sama the Tala cycle, but at other places as well. So there are many false positives, but we wanted to test out the efficiency and what is the capability of an audio descriptor for Sama, and so we put all the blocks that we saw together into one place, and then we wanted to see if this can actually be a system which would track the aksharas, the akshara period, the aksharas, and the Sama, which would in totality would give me the whole Tala for the piece. And this is supervised, since we actually gave it the Tala structure, said okay, this is in Adi Tala, and then we do the tracking of different events in Adi Tala. So here it's the pre-processing that we saw in terms of a spectrogram plus a percussion enhanced spectrogram after suppressing the melody. Then we take an onset detection function and then track the aksharas based on this, and here is a tempogram which actually shows the evolution of tempo over the whole piece. This is the new part wherein we estimated the Sama candidates based on the novelty function peaks. So they were quite indicative of the Sama, as we saw, though there were a lot of false positives, and used that and then inducted the Samas from there based on a periodicity and a continuity constraint, and we were able to obtain the Sama candidates. Here the X is the annotation, the line across is the annotation, X is the estimated Samas, and then they perform good for certain pieces. So let's go to the results and then see where exactly it performed well. So the Akshara pulse period tracking is from tempogram, and this closely matches the annotated tempo. In most of the cases, there are two measures that I have shown here. These are accuracy measures. One is the correct metrical level, which actually says the period is exactly same as the annotated period, whereas there is an AML also. AML refers to allowed metrical levels. It means that so when we are tracking tempo, we could also tap half as slow or twice as fast, and it would still be meaningful to a lot of people. So we also allow those changes, and then the performance is much better. So we are allowing the algorithm to track twice as fast, which is half the period or twice the period, and that significantly improves the performance. But this is the main metric that we will be focusing on. But when it comes to Sama estimation, the performance is not very good. So the main observation here is that here there are 4 methods, and then the last 2 are random baselines, in which I didn't use any knowledge of the Sama description, where the Samas were randomly chosen in audio, and then we track the Samas based on that. And then if that can give us a 16% kind of an accuracy, the improvement here is not very significant. So what we mainly found was that there is a weak link here. The weak link is here exactly. So the false positives that we saw in the novelty function, they were the ones which are, so they are not a very good indicator of the Sama. So if we start out with the novelty function peaks as the Sama candidates and then estimate the Samas, it doesn't give us a very good performance. So that was the main problem. and musically this has a significance. I mean, this is because of this reason mainly. So let's listen to a more realistic example. The first example I played, the phrases were neatly aligned with the Tala cycle. This is an improvisation section, and let's actually see how this is. It has the same beats, so the one here corresponds to the Sama. 4 and 6 are the other 2 beats of Mr. Chapu. It's a cycle of 7. So it goes back into the same original rhythm. So here we see musically it's the same underlying rhythmic structure, but at the surface rhythm it's very different. And this is the reason why when we try to estimate samas using change points, it's not a very good measure. So since it's not very obvious from the surface structure, we have to go into deeper representations and then deeper models. And that is the main thing which I'll be focusing on next. The next step would be mainly to look at computational models for the Tala structure, which can be explicitly included in tracking the structure. So right now I've been using only the continuity constraint, saying that okay, if there's a Sama here and I know the period, there should be another start of cycle in the vicinity. So this is a continuity constraint. This is the periodicity constraint. Continuity would mean that if there are 2 samas which are separated by a longer time period, and the sama period is smaller than this, there should be a sama in between, even if it does not have a very significant change. So that is a continuity constraint. So right now I'm using those 2, but we need more stronger computational models for the Tala structure, which can be explicitly included in tracking. So the other one is to improve the novelty function and then look for a better audio descriptor which can give me the candidates better. So in this is where most of your participation would be really appreciated in automatic learning of the Sama characteristics. So I'll talk about the test in now actually. So once we have the Tala tracking, and then once we have them, it would be over the whole collection, and then it would be shown in the rhythm pane here. So this is again Mr. Chapu, and then it shows the corresponding positions in the Tala cycle. So and also one more thing, once we have the Tala, we can start defining rhythm similarity straight away, even without getting to the rhythmic patterns. One is primarily metadata based rhythm similarity. We know that certain components of the Tala are very important in defining how similar 2 songs or 2 pieces are rhythmically, such as the cycle length, or in Carnatic music the Nade, for example, is a very strong contributor. But what we don't know is how much each of these components contribute to rhythm similarity. And that is where we want to design a listening test, wherein we'll take feedback from the listeners about which of the components are more important to define rhythm similarity. This is based on metadata. So once I know the Tala, there are certain components to the Tala, and then I can know all of them, such as, say for example, the tempo, or the Nade, or which Tala it is, and then which type it is, or there's the concept of offset, which is the Edupu, which is how, so where does the composition start in relative to the Tala cycle. That's also a significant factor. And with this, we'll be able to define objective measures based on user feedback about defining rhythm similarity between 2 pieces. So this is on the way. So we'll design this, and then please take it up. The one that we have right now today is the Carnatic Music Beat Station. So this is again for you to listen to a lot of pieces of Carnatic music and then tap to the rhythm, tap to the Tala essentially, and track both the samas and the beats. And then this data would be used to develop better algorithms for SEMA tracking. So it is set up in CS26. So whenever you are free, please take it up. I request you to take it up. It takes about 15 minutes of your time, and you will listen to about 20 pieces, and then tap along to that. So that's mainly my presentation. Thank you. Please take up the test.